Think back to the last time you walked away from a heated argument. Your pulse is racing, you feel insulted, and then, hours later, the perfect comeback finally hits you. By the end of this video, you will have a repeatable, three-step psychological system to deconstruct aggressive verbal attacks using only calm, calculated words. Right now, I want you to picture someone specific. Think of that loud, aggressive person who always tries to talk over you, and keep their face in your mind as a practice target for these next steps. Weaponizing an attacker's emotional instability provides a level of control that volume alone never could. The most critical phase of any confrontation happens in the first 5 seconds after an insult lands. Your instinct will scream at you to rush out a defensive reply, but you must choose absolute silence. Avoid the forward lean of defensive posture. Instead, take 1 full second, hold eye contact, smirk, and lean back. This sudden tension acts as a psychological weight, forcing the attacker to second-guess themselves because you denied their expected reaction. There is a catch here. If your voice shakes when you finally do speak, or if your eyes dart away during that pause, the entire tactical framework collapses. Conversational power is established through physical unbotheredness before a single word leaves your mouth. When someone attacks you verbally, they are seeking a defensive reaction to trigger a dopamine hit and feed their ego. You starve them of that satisfaction by adopting complete apathy. A calm smile, a slight laugh, or sustained staring instantly denies them their emotional reward. This chart illustrates the internal shift. As those seconds of silence tick by, the attacker's ego meter plummets. This irritates them, often causing them to nervously over-explain themselves just to fill the awkward void. Removing the emotional prize they wanted strips away their momentum and transfers control of the interaction to you. Now that you hold the power, we execute the first verbal counterstrike, the reverse attack. This involves taking their toxic words and flipping them directly back onto them. Shah Rukh Khan demonstrated this level of composure at a press table. A reporter called him by a different actor's name, Salman, attempting to unsettle him. He calmly answered the question but addressed the reporter as Deepika. The reverse attack traps the opponent in the absurdity of their own behavior, highlighting their foolishness while you maintain perfect composure. If they attack a specific flaw, switch to tactic B, the accept and counter combo. You intentionally agree with their premise to demonstrate untouchable confidence. Memorize this structure. You accept the criticism by stating, "Yes, I am," and then immediately add a twist that works to your advantage. Prime Minister Narendra Modi used this when a political rival threatened to hit him with a stick in 6 months. He stated he would spend those 6 months doing Surya Namaskar every day, so his back would be strong enough for the strike. If their logic is complex or manipulative, deploy tactic C, the straw man fallacy. You shift the frame of the argument by starting your sentence with, "So what you are basically saying is," you take their complicated point and swap it for an exaggerated, simplified version. This creates a ridiculous dummy of their argument that you can easily push over, causing the premise to lose all credibility. Whether you accept their insult or exaggerate their logic until it breaks, you force them to defend a new narrative they never intended to create. You now have the methods, pause, neutralize, and counter, to neutralize any hostile interaction. Authority comes from mastering the psychological state of the exchange, forcing the other person to react to your calculated calm. But remember, the most precisely crafted response will fail if your physical presence broadcasts anxiety. To ensure your posture matches your words, click the video on your screen right now. It breaks down the exact mechanics of how to walk, stand, and radiate an aura of confidence. I'll see you there.